front, they just haven't had that quality. And they've brought in Jay Hart to help solve that issue. Of course, he scored a late equaliser last week against Heidelberg United. So they're going to rely on that again. It's also, you know, the transfer window does play a part, as we do know now. And, of course, Oakleigh bolstering their lineup with Aaron Williams in the centre of defence and Chris Lucas as well coming across from Altona. A chance now for Oakleigh to reset and try to generate some early pressure, but the throw goes the way of St Albans.
Just waiting for a ball to bring back into play here. It's Bargerich with the throw. St Albans in their home blue kit this afternoon. Marco Bargerich now in front of the main grandstand. Throw intended for Nazari. And a high ball from Desic. Trying to set something up with Jay Hart. The clearance by Fashini. Thurtell was in the area. Ball goes over the head of Hart. An aerial battle eventually won by St Albans, although a quick ball forward by Williams. It's going to come back to Nick Feely. So it's about 15 degrees here in St Albans today. Not as cold as the weekend we've had so far. Long ball intended for Joe Guest, and Oakleigh will get the throw here. It's Hamish Miller coming across to take it near the corner flag. Ball did not stay in play there. It'll be a goal kick for St Albans. Hayden Brown in goal today for Dynamo.
Bit of opportunity now here for Oakleigh just to sort of set a pace and try to win the ball back in the middle of the park. Decker, of course, combining there. Tyson Holmes just so good on the ball. Joe Guest trying to release down the wings there. A nice block, but Oakleigh will get the chance for a throw. I think it's about getting that quick pass in for Oakleigh. Try to feed those balls through to Thurtell. Decker, of course, returning to the starting lineup today. They have the quality in front of goal. We do know that. They have plenty of firepower in them. Of course, when you have that experience as well in the midfield, definitely helps. But St Albans standing pretty resolute so far. Decker with a great run down that side, opening up some space and just drifting wide. Holmes looking for Thurtell in the middle, can't quite find him as St Albans clear. This is positive signs early on for Oakleigh, just that repeat pressure, that intensity sharp early on.
So Knowles, who's taking on Bargerich that time. The throw's going to go St Albans' way. It'll be Bargerich to take it again. So we've seen Joe Guest get some early touches. Wade Decker as well. They are so threatening up front. Could be a tough day at the office for Hayden Brown in goal for St Albans, but still early stages here at Churchill Reserve. Hart gives that ball up. Now Knowles making a run down the right side, has two defenders to deal with immediately, then finally sends it in. Maybe a chance here, and missing the shot was Wade Decker over the crossbar. That was slick from Oakleigh, but it stays 0-0.
Very, very good move there by Oakleigh. Didn't quite come off on there, but that's very positive. Continuing on from their early momentum in these moments. Just, he's so smart with his runs though, isn't he, Decker? Just has that ability to open up space. Very lethal in front of goal, and really, I think someone who's going to be key tonight, especially as the game goes on. It's an important chance for St. Albans to reset here.
I was going to say he's probably ruining that opportunity. Could have hit that a bit lower. Maybe tested Hayden Brown a little bit more. So, first real shot fired there by Oakleigh, but it won't count for anything on the scoreboard. Early stages here at Churchill Reserve. Nearly 6 minutes played. It'll be an Oakleigh throw here. Ball was intended there for Thurtell. Waiting for it at midfield was Brazoya. That's not a bad ball either for Hart. Can he get a look? The left foot ball, and does force the save from Nick Feely. It goes out for a corner. Fiery start at both ends here, Katie.
Absolutely, absolutely. That's very positive there from Jay Hart, of course, the new man for Dynamo. Very sharp with his movement there. Very, very good opportunity there. Forced Feely into a very good save to the bottom left. Now a chance to reverse some momentum here now for St. Albans. A chance here from the corner.
Selfie Nazari will send this ball in for the home team. Already a corner each in this game. Nazari's ball toward the near post. It was met initially by Aaron Williams and then Adam Bavka, the referee this afternoon, blowing the whistle.
Early feedback there from the touchline from Kruni Razov toward his charges there, just not, demanding no silly free kicks in his own words. Of course, you just need to be disciplined at all times, especially against a team like Oakleigh who do have that power to go and hurt you the other way. Aaron Williams, of course, a very notable name in the centre of defence, a mid-season change. Bit of a concern here behind play, and referee's called a stop. It looks like an injury to Joe Knowles. That'll be a big blow early on here, Adam. He's in such good form with his brace last week. Fingers crossed doesn't look as bad at this time.
Clutching his left ankle, it would seem. So Adam Bavka does stop play. And Joe Knowles is going to require some attention. Maybe not. Medical official ordered back into the bench, so when play does resume, it'll be a goal kick for St. Albans. But as you mentioned, Katie, Joe Knowles, an important figure, already having an impact. He did set that ball up that Wade Decker did miss, so he's already having an impact.
Absolutely, and the Oakleigh bench here, the Oakleigh coaches will be very relieved to see him back up. We'll keep an eye on him, though. Hopefully he's not too proppy. Hopefully it doesn't impact him too much in this game. Of course, yeah, as you mentioned, he's going to be such an important figure as this game goes on.
So Brown will restart play here. Wilkes, St. Albans captain. Long-range ball intended for Nazari. Oakleigh do win it back. Kabile making a run down the left side, Joe Guest, but the ball just bounced away. Kept veering left and now to play. Throw to take place in front of the St. Albans bench here. Adam Bavka just resets where the throw will take place for David Sims. So 12th on the table as we speak, St. Albans. Oakleigh 6th on the table. Thurtell unable to find space on that occasion. Sims sending it forward. Repelled back by Tom Matthews. It's up for grabs at midfield. Decker did find the space he needed. Can they set something up now here to Cannons? It's Miller working on his fellow number 13 in Brazoya. Brazoya did enough to worry Miller out of it, and a throw to be taken by Sims. Here's Joe Guest. Some space for Williams. Nice ball out wide. Knowles back up on his feet now, but he can't get the ball past Marko Bangaric. It will be a throw for Oakleigh. It's quickly taken. All the way back to Aaron Williams. Fattel's in the area. Gets the block on it now. Knowles overran it initially. Trying to keep control. Runs out of room in the end. Chris Dibb was just in that right spot. Not much Knowles could do.
Yeah, absolutely. But that was fantastic pressure there from Thurtell. Forcing the pressure, forcing the issue, leading the press there. And Knowles just couldn't quite, get that amount of space he needed just to cut the ball back. Interesting game so far in these early exchanges, especially. Let us know where you're watching from live in the Facebook comments. Let us know your thoughts, and always fantastic to get that feedback going, especially.
Decker's ball. Fashini. Now Decker again. They've started well here, Oakleigh. All the way back to Matthews. Now over to this left side. It's Miller and Guest. He's claiming the throw. Adam Bavka says, you can have it, Joe. He's going to get involved again. Guest, no. Second to the ball on this occasion. It was Brazoya winning it back. Now Williams at halfway. Combining with Knowles. Williams making a run. Some heavy contact eventually coming from Monek, but did well to stay on top of the ball. And here is the turnover now. It's Nazari. Looking to combine with Hart. Kibile doing well for Oakleigh, but it does eventually come back St. Albans' way again. Bargerich going all the way back. Chris Dibb forced to retreat back to Hayden Brown. Miller does well. Decker. And then Holmes. Not a great ball for Guest in the end. The 2-13s coming together. And then losing his feet was Brazoya. Matthews sends one up into the sky. Another touch for the Oakleigh captain. Ball holds up in the breeze, and eventually it's Wilkes guiding it back to Hayden Brown.
Just can't quite find that opening in the final third at the moment. Oakleigh, they're still continuing to press, continuing to play high up the park. They're setting up a pretty high line. As well, Fashini, of course, and Miller across those fullback spots, as well as Tom Matthews, as well as new signing Aaron Williams leading the defence there. But they're just causing St. Albans quite a few problems. Particularly, I think they're getting that extra run in midfield. They're just trying to get that overlap, trying to get that out, those numbers, and really just trying to turn the game their way. But St. Albans battling away here. Monek looking to break forward, but the referee, Adam Bavkar, calls it back.
Looks like Nazari that's down. Already a couple of minor stoppages for injury reasons, and Nazari back up on his feet now. I'll just cop one to the face. Just waiting for Adam Bavka to restart play here. We're back underway. Williams sending it forward, but there to meet it Brazoya for St. Albans. Might get it back here, Brazoya. Just a bit wayward. Did have to take on Miller. Came back to Williams for Oakleigh. Now for Sheeny. This is Kibule. Long range ball. He's on target for Decker. Looking to advance quickly, Decker. And he's just inside the area. Too many blue shirts in the way, though. Now they'll look to counter. Monek will not be able to chase that ball down. That came from Baricevic. Margarich giving away the throw.
Of course, Oakleigh now with the chance to reset and continue to push on the pressure here. Knowles tied up down that corner there. I think just St. Albans just need to continue to keep battling hard. I think they just need, I guess, that extra number in midfield. I think they're just getting overrun. I think you just might need make a few changes late on, and I think they have a couple of midfield opportunities on, midfield, I guess, changes there in Jung Ho Kim and Brad Murray. But St. Oakleigh here, Knowles with that cross across the face of goal, will roll out for a throw. St. Albans just need to relieve the pressure here.
Yep, it's been played predominantly in Oakleigh's attacking half. A wonderful shot going begging for Wade Decker in the early stages of this one. It's going to come back Oakleigh's way here. Miller. For Decker, back to Miller. Tom Matthews in a bit of space just behind the halfway line. Sending it high for Knowles, just a bit off target though. Fashini will give it back to Knowles now. Immediate pressure from Bargeridge, did well to feed it back. Here's a chance for Oakleigh. Not far off from being a tap-in maybe for Matt Thurtell. It stays 0-0, but they are under siege at the moment, St. Albans.
Brilliant bit of play there, though, from Fashini down that right side, overlapping, trying to get that cross in, but Thurtell just not quite there to tap it home. Still positive signs early on as we nearly reach the 20-minute mark here. Have to say, I've been very impressed by Wade Decker's game so far in these early moments. Very smart with his runs, dropping into play, trying to connect with the midfield, or just trying to spread the play a bit more, trying to make those runs down to those little channels, trying to open up space for Thurtell, Guest, even Holmes to just sort of push forward. Selfless sort of work so far. They'll look to reassess here now.
Miller's throw. Thurtell. Plenty of blue shirts around him. Back to Miller. Over the head of Joe Guest on this occasion. Dibb's going to play back, but it's a bit of a wayward pass in the end and put Hayden Brown under a little bit of pressure. Thurtell tried to back heel one toward Decker. Comes back to Fashini. Can't quite find Knowles. So another chance here to get onto the counter-attack. It was Monek winning it back for St. Albans. Nazari. And now Brazoya. As the sun breaks out for the first time this afternoon. Monek. First time ball. Not enough on it. Decker coming back to retrieve this one for Oakleigh. They are indeed out of danger, although Miller's ball's wasted. All the way back to Dibb. Dargerich. It's been good in defence so far for St. Albans, setting one up over the top. Intended for Hart. Does get there before Williams. Calls for a foul on it. Joe Hart, go unheard. Dibb getting there before Guest. Fashini to take the throw here for Oakleigh. Small but vocal crowd here today at Churchill Reserve. Another touch here for Miller. Decker. Brazoya coming out of nowhere to win that ball back. Which way does the throw go? It's going to go Oakleigh's way. Quickly taken. This is Tyson Holmes. Decker. Maybe thought about a shot. Instead went for the pass for Knowles. It comes back out to Knowles. Finding a way past. It's tapped in. Thurtell this time gets on the end of it. A goal you felt like was coming for a while. There it is, 1-0 for Oakleigh.
Well deserved. Well deserved on the balance of these 20 minutes or so played. Just outstanding there from Decker. I thought he had the opportunity, had that sort of space to take the shot on his own, but just fantastic there for Oakleigh. And massive moment in this game, and they have to push on with it. 1-0 to the visitors here at Churchill Reserve.
So Thurtell did have a ball come across earlier that he just couldn't quite get to. This time he was there waiting for it. It was a tap-in the end. And Oakleigh take that lead that they very much deserved at the 20-minute mark. Now we await to see what the response is from St Albans. Nazari won't get there on this occasion. Aaron Williams. That ball stays in play. Now a bit of work to do for Tyson Holmes, who was involved in that lead up to the goal. St Albans ball once more. The first time pass there by Desic. Comes back to Matthews. Desic getting it back for St Albans. Now Brazoya. Heard a voice to his right. Not a great ball though for Sims. Wade Decker doing it at both ends at the moment. Now Joe Guest. Thurtell was outnumbered, but the bounce favoured him. The goal scorer. Nice ball for Guest. Maybe some space now. Holmes sending it wide for Knowles. He got taken down late. Referee says play on. Here's Knowles. Fashini was making a run. Bargerich does well, though. They're under siege, as I said, Katie. All the attack right now belonging to Oakleigh.
I guess it's just been like the sort of the story of the season for St Albans. I think a lot of work, a lot of passion for what they do out there, but they just don't have that quality to be able to stick with teams for long enough. And, you know, those better sides, those finals contending sides like Oakleigh are going to be there to punish you at the other end. I think Berjoya has been fantastic in these early moments. Sims as well. Jay Hart's been lively trying to force the issue. Joe Monek putting in a ton of work as always. Chris Dibbers made some good, interceptions from these early minutes, but they just keep falling down when it comes down to this sort of area here, across the flanks, across the wings, and going forward. Jay Hart hopefully is the answer to that problem. They needed someone to replace John McGeegan, and I think that's where he comes in, but he just needs that supply.
Bargerich tried to claim the throw here, but it's not going to go his way. Nick Feely's been tested once in this match so far. Nice touch there by Thurtell. Now Guest. Decker with some space on this left side. Runners coming through. Thurtell was one of them. Couldn't quite get the ball through. Thurtell will go again. Falls to Decker. That first touch just a little too heavy though. Hart tried to find Nazari. Studs were up and there will be a free kick given away by Adam Bafka here. Play continues. This is Holmes. Aaron Williams. Stayed on top of that one for a while. Thurtell, first time ball for Knowles. Just a little wayward. Bargerich won it back for St Albans. And now Nazari. Trying to thread that one through to Monek. It doesn't work out. Nazari again. Ball's popped up in the air. Dib wasn't expecting it. Thurtell. Well, one back, though, for St Albans by Anthony Desic. Nazari gets some body on body he wasn't expecting. Baricevic winning it back for St Albans. Here's Hart inside the area, taking on Tom Matthews. Matthews does well to concede the corner.
Much better there from the Saints. And Nazari just, I think, needs to get that, a little bit of extra space, a little bit of extra time to try and link up with Hart. I think another mid-season acquisition, so he'll be important into the fortunes of the Saints for the rest of the season. What can they manufacture here, though? An important opportunity out of corner. Bargerich lurking forward there near the penalty mark. Berjoya as well.
Zelfi Nazari with his second corner from this side of the match so far. It's a long one toward the back post, and Dib now gives away the goal kick. I could see the division on your face there, Katie, as that ball came in, just a wasted corner.
That was, unfortunately poor. No one was able to get on the end of that, just went way too far past the back post there. Conditions might be wreaking a bit of havoc there, in fairness to Nazari, but can't be wasting these opportunities early on. I think the wind seems to be favouring the left of screen in these first half hour or so. Be interesting to see if St Albans can turn that back around in the second half if the wind keeps up. Oakleigh here.
Matthews. It was met by Zezic. The bouncing ball. There was studs up there. Adam Bavka does blow the whistle going Oakleigh's way. Williams looking to take it quickly. This is Holmes. Knowles. Holmes. All the way back now to Fashini. 1-0 lead for Oakleigh thanks to Matt Thurtell in the 20th minute. It was a tap in after the ball had sailed past the keeper. Waiting for it at the back post. That was after a couple of other misses as well, namely for Wade Decker in the first 5 or so minutes. You could easily argue it could be a multiple goal lead already for Oakleigh. Just the one for now. This is Holmes. Knowles. Finding some space and sending another ball in, but Chris Dibb was there to concede the corner.
Very important clearance there, had Thurtell lurking just at that near post. Knowles, of course, causing a lot of problems. Both wingers, I think, for Oakleigh, really hugging the touchline, almost really spreading out the attack, and it's, of course, leaving that opportunity in the centres there. But Oakleigh now, what can they manufacture from this opportunity? It could be guessed to take.
Gets to go fetch the ball. So finally this ball's going to come in from Joe Guest. It'll be a left foot in swinger toward the near post. Monek, the first man to meet it. Holmes looking to set up Guest once more. Just shoved off that ball. Adam Bafka said it was okay. Then losing his footing was Hart. Now a chance as Knowles gets put down and Adam Bafka does come in to blow the whistle. I think this will be a free kick just outside the area here, Katie.
Certainly looks like it, though. We'll just double check that replay. That came awfully close near the box. Didn't have much margin for error there, unfortunately, but it was a heavy, heavy challenge. Right on the edge, of course. Another chance for Oakleigh here, though. I think it'll be Guest to take once again, the dead ball specialist.
Suns come out again. So Joe Guest to send another ball in. Halfway between the goal and the corner flag. So Adam Bavka just make sure he's happy with how things are set up. Here's the ball from Guest. It's a short one. Knowles can't find his way through. It goes out for a goal kick eventually to be taken by Hayden Brown.
Smart little move there with Knowles lurking around, but St. Albans defence able there to double back and make the clearance. Oakleigh, of course, very much well worth their 1-0 lead early on as we approach the half-hour mark. Just have looked very sharp, I think, in a lot of these early exchanges, just have been able to, dominate, particularly through midfield. When their early successes come through outnumbering the home side through the middle of the park, and with their wingers drifting, very far out on the touchlines. Just a lot of quality in this lineup, we know that. An inconsistent run of results, particularly over the last month, but approaching a very important moment in the season. They'll need a big 3 points today to get themselves all set for finals.
Fashini gets it from Knowles. Nazari wins it back, and now the quick ball forward by Brazoya trying to set up Hart. Doesn't quite get through to him. Miller for Decker. They've combined a few times this afternoon so far. Thurtell sending it wide for Joe Guest. The careful approach from Guest. No easy way around Zezic. The quick little flick in doesn't work out. Miller. Knowles again to Guest. No room to work with. It's eventually come back out to Kabile. Dib gets it back for St Albans. Monak. Margarich perhaps not expecting that ball. It has stayed in play here, momentarily at least. No, it has gone out about halfway, and Fashini to take the throw for Oakleigh. First half hour has expired here at Churchill Reserve. A 1-0 lead thanks to Matt Thurtell for Oakleigh. Miller. Some space on this left side, quickly closed up by Brazoya. Miller won the ricochet back, gives it out to Decker. Setting it up, and a wasted ball by Joey Knowles. Well over the top.
Very good move there, just not able to quite finish that one off, but outstanding work from Miller with the overlap. Decker drifting wide, double teaming down that left side, really causing a lot of havoc. As St Albans badly need a breather here. Brown to reassess with the goal kick. Of course, a couple of midfield options, of course, that they may come in handy, especially come halftime or early in the second half with Jung Ho Kim and Brad Murray. Just seem to be losing that midfield battle, I guess, at this moment, Adam.
Yeah, as we've mentioned, not really testing Nick Feely at all at the moment, St Albans. They have had 2 corners. Let's see what they can do here. Nazari. Brazoya. Unable to control it, and Decker won it back. It comes out to Matthews and now Miller. Can't pick out Thurtell on this occasion. Wilkes was there for St Albans. That should be a St Albans throw. It is. It's to be taken by Sims. And there's no obvious target to go to. Missed Brazoya. This is Knowles. Was challenged fairly heavily there, right in front of Adam Bavka by Bericevic, and Adam Bavka did blow the whistle.
Good move to try and allow an advantage to form there, but wasn't quite happening, so he brings it back. Just seems to be a golfing class at the moment, though, Adam. I think just Oakleigh have that class, just particularly through the middle and particularly through the wings as well, who seem to be firing as well with Decker and Knowles. Holmes, of course, quality on the ball, but Miller here overlapping. Has Bajoya for company, but it's a free kick in another dangerous position, Adam.
Another set piece really close to the side of the area here. This time it's on the left side for Oakleigh. Couldn't make anything of the last one, which Joe Guest did take. It's Knowles and Decker. And it's going to be Joe Knowles to send this in for Oakleigh. Again, Tom Matthews coming right up to the line. Joe Guest in there, Decker in there as well. Thurtell waiting at the back. 2-man wall. All eyes right now on Joe Knowles. Just fires it, and over the crossbar it goes. Saving the day, I think, Marko Bagaric there. And now we've got a corner with Joe Guest on the right side.
Very, very good opportunity there for Oakleigh. Well blocked there by St Albans, but it's another chance. More repeat pressure, more of that repeat entry here. Guest sends it through, but doesn't quite beat the first man. Falls to the edge of the box, but nothing doing there. St Albans look to clear now.
Through Monak. Hart. Being pressured by Aaron Williams. It will be a St Albans throw. They're out of danger once again. It stays 1-0. 10 minutes left of regulation. We may get a minute or two. There's been a few stoppages in this first half. Sun shining once more over Churchill Reserve. That'll cause a few issues for Nick Feely looking into the sun. Another whistle here from Adam Bavka. It's going to be a St Albans ball. And a couple of Bronx cheers from the home fans here, Katie.
Not much, unfortunately, for the home side to cheer about much this season. Going to need to will their team on. Just need a bit of pressure now. St Albans just need to Try to get that ball forward. Try to, play quick. Try to get through. Ball's long in.
Brazoya. Oh, that's not a great first touch for Dib. Still danger not averted yet here. Brazoya. It's a crowded area. Then the header. Feely doesn't have to worry about it in the end. The header coming from Marko Bargaric. As I said, absolutely nothing to worry about for Nick Feely on that occasion.
Got himself into some good space, but just couldn't quite get enough on the header to trouble Feely. That's what they need, though. They just need just that sort of ability to lock the ball in, just that ability to get back on the ball themselves. Need to see a bit more of Nazari, because I think he has that sort of game-breaking quality that you need in the NPL.
Kibile sending one wide for Decker. Bargaric then sends it into the grandstand. Fashini to take the throw here for Oakleigh. There's a feeling that if they don't go in 2-0 up at half-time, it's probably a wasted opportunity here, given all their dominance, Oakleigh. This is Knowles. He's moved over to the left side. Holmes. Miller. And now Joe Guest. Not a great touch there by Miller, giving up an easy throw.
Very disciplined move there by St. Albans, I felt. Just was able to cut off that space. I think they're starting to read just those drifting runs, from Decker, from Knowles, from Guest. They're just starting to read that a little bit better. I think that's going to be important, especially as this game goes on. Just need to try force the issue, try create, just that outnumbered situation, particularly playing out through the middle, going out through defence. It's well blocked there by number 28, Joe Knowles, of course, who has switched wings with Wade Decker.
And they've both had quite an influence on this game. Fashini, his long-range header only finds Wilkes, who gives it back to his goalkeeper. Hayden Brown today in goal for St. Albans. Matt Chesto is the substitute goalkeeper. We've seen him start a few games this year, the youngster. It's going to be an Oakleigh throw here to be taken by Hamish Miller. Knowles. The right foot long range ball, a bit too much on it. Decker's not going to bother chasing that one down. So a wasteful ball in. This is where you want to see St. Albans just establish a little bit of flow and get some chains going.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. I think they've started to get a hold of just those Oakleigh patterns, those sort of passing patterns, the way that their wingers are dropping out. They just, now they need that sort of chance now to build pressure going the other way. Be interesting to see if they can do that. Trying to play out there, but does not come off at all. Giving Oakleigh the chance for another opportunity. Miller sending it to the corner there, but Guest does well to win. I think what is called a corner. No, it will be a throw-in going the other way.
The throw for Knowles wasn't great. Very little room to work with. Sims. Nazari coming a fair way up to try and inject himself into the contest. The throw does go St. Albans' way. So 5.5 minutes remaining in regulation in this first half. A 1-0 lead for Oakleigh for just joining our coverage, either on the NPL Victoria YouTube or Facebook channels. Thurtell, the only goal scorer in the 20th minute for Oakleigh. It's going to be a St. Albans ball here. That wind just starting to pick up a little bit. Is favouring right off screen as you're watching us this afternoon. Sims. Brazoya and Miller have been standing each other all game so far to 2/13. Ball's available at midfield, although that first touch from Williams just a little too heavy. Decker back on that right side for Sheeny. Dib's going to allow that to bounce through to Hayden Brown. It's a busy day here in the precinct at Churchill Reserve. Youth games going on in the background. You can probably see that in the picture just in the background as play continues here. Here's Knowles. Did make that swap with Wade Decker a couple of minutes ago from the right wing to the left wing. Throw quickly taken. Now Joe Guest. Just trying to find a way around Jordan Wilkes. He has to retreat back to Miller. Kabile sending it across to Williams. He goes wide for Decker. It's going to be one back here by Bargerich for St Albans. The first time ball here for Nazari. Not quite getting there. Just a bit too heavy a ball forward. Bargerich will take the throw though.
To everyone watching at home, you might be able to hear that chopper hanging apparently above us here at Churchill Reserve. I promise they're not looking for me at all, I hope. All happening here at St Albans as the wind picks up just that little bit more. Of course, favouring, I think, the Oakleigh side of the ground. But both sides adapting pretty well, you have to say. Better pressure here from St Albans, so Jay Hart on the ball in the middle of the park, but it's very well challenged there by Kubalay. No, sorry, Aaron Williams, but it's a chance now for Oakleigh to get back the other way.
Guest has some space on the left side. Nice ball for him at Wade Decker. And just a bit too eager to send that ball back across to the right side. Nothing Decker could do with it. I think you're safe from the helicopter, by the way, Katie. You were well undercover in the scaffold here at Churchill Reserve today. Spargerich comes across to take this throw for St Albans. As we said, it's a busy day here. Tough to find the park today, as I did make my way in. Yep. Got the women's game in the background, as we said. Monek able to pick out Wilkes. Brazoya losing out. Miller tried to set up Thurtell, came back to Miller. Gets around one potential defender there in Sims, but it doesn't work out in here. Monek. First touch needed to be good around Fashini, and it was. Looking to set up Hart here. Jay Hart. Is that another somewhat wasteful ball? Monek. He's got two defenders to deal with. A little shove there for his troubles, and Adam Bafka said it was all above board. Wilkes will win it back at halfway for St Albans. Intensity picking up in these last couple of minutes in the first half. Brazoya comes together with Wade Decker. Brazoya gets the throw call going his way. Is there a chance for a late equaliser in this first half?
There definitely is. I think St Albans have just, gotten some momentum back, really particularly going the other way. They've just been able to get back and try to outnumber Oakleigh in a few ways. I think they're reading the running patterns of the Oakleigh forwards a little bit better. They have to make something of this now.
Yeah, Nazari just went over his head just as you said that, Katie. You might have mozzed him. It's out for a goal kick. So we're inside the final minute of regulation now in this first half, and could potentially see 2 minutes go up on the fourth officials board. Got 20 seconds left in regulation as Feely looks to clear this one away. Oakleigh most likely will take a lead into the sheds at half-time, but it could be more than the one goal they have got on the board. So that ball holds up in the breeze a little bit. Neat little touch low there by Miller, and then Guess first-time ball for Decker, just a bit wayward. Ball sent high into the sky once more. It'll be an easy collect for Nick Feely. So the 45 have expired, just the 1 minute going up on the board. So we'll see if that's enough time either way here for a late score in the first half. Right now, St Albans have actually ended this first half with a little bit of momentum. Sims Gets the let's go call from his bench. Kruni Razov certainly hoping to get that equaliser before we go into the halftime break. Nazari for Dib. Monek. Taken down was Baricevic. It's one back here for Oakleigh. Is there time here? That minute is just about expired. Heavy contact there between Joey Knowles. And I think it was Bargarich, and that's it for the first half here at Churchill Reserve. In the 20th minute, it was Matthew Fertel with the one and only goal in this game so far. Some quick thoughts from Katie Lembeski before we take our halftime break here.
Really positive start from Oakleigh, and they took a well-deserved 1-0 lead by that 20th minute mark, as you mentioned there, Adam. But I think St Albans will be pretty happy, particularly with those later exchanges, especially just were able to reverse a bit of momentum. I think they'll have the wind behind their backs for the second half, so there's still a lot to play for. Oakleigh will need to be on top of their game if they want to see this one home, that's for sure. But it looks to be an impressive upcoming 45 minutes, so join us then. And welcome back here to Churchill Reserve for the second half of NPL Victoria action between Oakleigh Cannons and St Albans Saints here. Oakleigh, of course, coming back on field with a 1-0 lead, a deserved 1-0 lead, has to be said, after a Matt Thurtell goal early or midway through the second half. Fascinating second 45 minutes ahead as St Albans will look for an early equaliser. Both teams coming out as selected, Adam, as we just noted just then. Positive,
So Guest now with the big shot, which is blocked. Second half is underway. It's a fair bit more chilly now as well. The artificial light is on here at Churchill Reserve. Adam Sarikoglu, Katie Lembeski on the coverage in this second half. I definitely feel, I know we're not officially in winter yet, but it does feel like a winter's Sunday afternoon. We spoke about that breeze that is favouring the right of screen. And that may help Oakleigh a little more in this second half. They already had so much ascendancy in the first half as it is. Hart getting a little touch here. Can St Albans get something going here? Ball coming back for Hart. Unable to work his way around though. And it falls safely through to Nick Feely. So as we said, no substitution at the half-time break. Katie, it was all Oakleigh for so much of that first half. Yes, St Albans probably had some ascendancy late, but it was the first half owned by the Oakleigh Cannons. What are you expecting to see, particularly in terms of a response from St Albans in the second half?
I think you just want to see them be a bit more quicker, especially on the transitions. I think they've, as I may have pointed out late in that first half, I think they were just able to pick up on the run and the running patterns and formation of Oakleigh, particularly going forward. And now they have to springboard that going the other way. I think they have some midfield options on the bench that may prove very, very useful, particularly in their number 8, Jung Ho Kim, who's very classy in the centre of the park. So you might want to get him on the ball, particularly by the hour mark, I would hope. But this is positive. This is positive on the ball so far. But Oakleigh really doing well in their pressing game as Thurtell lurks. Well handled there by the captain, Jordan Wilkes. And Brown will restart.
Wilkes gets it from Dib. And he gives it back to Hayden Brown. Ball holds up in that breeze again. Opened it up for Fashini. Ball intended over the top for Knowles. Doesn't work out. Knowles back on this right side. We did see him and Decker swap on the left and right sides in that first half, but they're back to how they started this match with Knowles on the right and Decker on the left. The throw to be taken here by Marko Bagaric. And then played on by Monek. Nazari unable to get to it, but Hart gets around Matthews. A chance here for Hart. Plays it back. Zelfi Nazari. Great block by Matthews. Still the danger not averted, but it's a wayward ball in the end by Anthony Desic. And that's the most promising bit of attacking play we've seen all day from St Albans. Undoubtedly their best chance of the match. Outstanding work there from newcomer Jay Hart. Particularly pressing well, challenging Matthews, really pushing forward there, winning possession. All that was missing from the finish from Zelfi Nazari there. Very positive signs there from St Albans. They need to pick that up. It has been a good start by Kruni Razov's men in this second half so far. Wilkes, ball just ran away from him. Did well to win it back though, Jordan Wilkes. Now Nazari, who has been busy today in midfield, but he coughs that ball up. Joe Guest, his first time ball, just a little too wayward. It was won back by Monek. Looking to weave his way through Monek. Fashini got in the way. It comes all the way back now to Hayden Brown. Here's Wilkes with the captain's armband. Had Thurtell lurking. Gave it to Nazari. This is Dib. Bagaric is asking for it right in front of us. But they stay central. And then move right. St Albans. This is Wilkes. Desic. Somewhat deflected ball through to Sims. Over the top looking for Brazoya. And as has been the case all day, Hamish Miller right next to him and got in the way. Throw quickly taken though. Baricevic, a little ball forward. Maybe a chance here again for St Albans. Monek's waiting at the back post. Here's Joe Monek. Almost got his angle right. Feely just watched it go past. And he's a bit slow to get up as well, Monek. Maybe just disappointed that he couldn't find the back of the net. He is a bit hobbled. And there's a second chance gone begging early in this second half for St Albans.
Still very positive here for the home side. Getting on the front foot early on. Some really good chances coming their way. They just have to keep at it, keep chipping away, and hopefully they can get one going the other way. Monek and Hart very bright early on in these moments. Looks to be favouring just that ankle a little bit there, Monek. We'll keep an eye on that. St Albans ball once again, and they look to play out here.
Marco Bargaric here. Tried to pick out Monek. Fashini gets in the way. Quick throw back to Joey Monek. Gets taken down by Fashini. And Adam Bavka does blow his whistle. A set-piece opportunity coming up for St Albans.
Nazari once again on the ball. Still continuing to bring that run, continuing to bring that effort in. St Albans, the difference is here, I think they have just may have a bit of the wind momentum behind their backs here. It's a bit of a swirly breeze, but he'll look to send it in now.
Zelfi Nazari. His first task to get it past that two-man wall. There's a couple of options to go to. Nazari now. Intended for the back post. Dib was waiting for it, but plenty of defenders there for Oakleigh. Now Monek. Can he keep it in here? In his range. He did, but the shot was blocked. The first time ball. Wilkes. Safely falls through to Feely in the end. And a bit happening after all of this, and Adam Bafka has to come and intervene. Some shirts being pulled. Haven't seen a booking yet today, Katie. It was a clean first half. No names in Adam Bavka's book. There is a man down behind play. I think I saw the number 14 of Aaron Williams, who is slow to get up behind that touchline as we speak.
Looks to be okay there. Doesn't look like the medical staff at Oakleigh will look to rush out there. You are right. It has been quite a professional affair, as you would say. No heavy real challenges. Hasn't been all too physical. Tyson Holmes there tangling with his opposition defender there, but we'll look to get back on here. Williams still in a bit of a spot of bother there. Look to walk it out. Oakleigh to restart here.
So it'll be Nick Feely to fire away as soon as Adam Bavka allows him to. It's a central ball. Look at that ball carry with that breeze. It almost found its way through to Joey Knowles. Ball sent up into the air. Nazari ran into Knowles. Had to be cleared away quickly by Desic, and it was. Maybe a high boot there. Play continues for Wade Decker. Neat little touch for Guest. Back to Decker. Inside the area, Decker looking to fire one over the top. No major trouble, though, for Hayden Brown in the end.
Bit of a warning there for Oakleigh just to stay, for St Albans there, just to stay alert, and particularly going the other way. There might be some space there for Oakleigh that will open up for them, especially with those smart running patterns of Decker. But nonetheless, a chance for St Albans for a quick breather here. They have been the better side in these early exchanges in the second half. Baricevic there trying to get a flick on, but Hart quite there, not quite there to meet it, I should say. Has been very lively, the striker, the new striker. Had their best opportunity of the game, especially in this second half. Set up a very good chance with Nazari. Just have to keep at it now, Dinamo.
They have started this second half well. We're 9 minutes into this second half. There's a chance right now for Oakleigh. And Joe Guest coming out was Brown. The ball went straight into Brown, and easy block in the end for him. Wilkes. Nazari. Had Kubalay to deal with. That ball's gone up onto the roof of the social club here at St Albans. And The throw to be taken by David Sims. It has become a bit more chilly here at Churchill Reserve in this second half. There were spots of sunshine throughout the first half. Adam Bavka blows the whistle again. It's going to be a free kick for St Albans. Can they keep this ascendancy up and maybe find an equaliser? Jordan Wilkes is going to be the man to restart play eventually, the St Albans captain. Ball was lobbed for Jay Hart. Keeps it in. Sims. Taking on Joe Guest. Sims. Can't quite get his ball through to Brazoya. Hart. Quickly setting up Desic. Hart falls over. Desic comes in to help. Pressure was coming. Here's the turnover. Joe Guest. Out wide in this right side for Joe Knowles. A couple of runners available. Knowles. He stays with it though. Nice ball. Thurtell. Not a bad header at all. Another chance goes begging for Oakleigh. Somehow it's still 1-0.
Entertaining stuff. End-to-end open chances here for both sides. Just again a bit of a warning for St Albans there. Just in that transition they might be vulnerable. Desic, of course, the only real out-and-out screening midfielder that they're playing in, more of a 4-3-3. Leaving, I think, ultimately may leave some space the other way for Oakleigh to run into. Tyson Holmes with a very smart run there that Knowles did not quite make the pass to. But it's another lurking chance here for Oakleigh. Decker through to Guest.
Fashini. Here's Joe Knowles. Not a great touch. Maybe just a unkind bounce and it caught him off guard. Out for a goal kick. You're right, Katie. Chances at both ends have gone begging in this second half, but we've had a number of chances, a number of good looks at goal for Oakleigh in particular. Thurtell missing that header only moments ago. Joe Knowles and Wade Decker would be disappointed not to have found the back of the net themselves in the first half. The Bagarich header was met by his fellow number 19 in Oliver Kabile. Oakleigh throw to be taken here on this near side. Fashini. Baricevic could only pick out Matthews. Miller. Decker. Back to Miller. Over the top for Guest. It just hit his shoulder. Did it stay in play? Everyone says it did. No. Now the flag has gone up from the assistant referee.
Decker still with that opportunity, just trying to, cut inside, really offering another outlet, I think, for the Oakleigh side. But it will be another chance for St Albans to reload here. Game just a bit stuck in midfield at the moment. And I think that suits Oakleigh, who continue to play that high line. Thurtell looking to hunt down the ball there. Hayden Brown with the task on his hands, but he's more than up to that. A restart here for St Albans.
It's turned over though. Fashini giving it to Joe Knowles. Knowles received it far too late. Wanted that ball earlier, and Fashini couldn't find him. And a small amount of frustration between the two teammates there for the Oakleigh Cannons. We've played 14 minutes in this second half. Almost at the hour mark here at Churchill Reserve. Brown's ball toward this near side. Fashini again sending it in Joey Knowles' direction. It's out for a St Albans throw though. Marco Bagarich. Fashini in the air. Wilkes. Bagarich needs to clear away and does. Tom Matthews at the full waiting for it. Back to Bagarich. There's no one there. as he sends it forward. It's easily dealt with by Aaron Williams. Holmes. This is Fashini. Neatly played over the top of Bargerich. Fashini now sends the ball in. Knowles was in the area waiting for it, but the bounce is not quite favouring him. Now Monek to set up the counter. Allowed Baricevic, or allowed Williams to get back in there for Oakleigh. Holmes. Kabile. Guest. Now Decker. This is Holmes. Aaron Williams sending it forward. And then Chris Dibb sending it out of play.
That high press of Oakleigh really giving them that springboard, that opportunity for repeat pressure here. Holmes looking for an option, but really compact movement there by St. Albans, keeping them out. But they'll look to stretch a play through Guest. Linking up with Knowles, who's drifted out to the other wing. Decker playing a bit more centrally. I've noticed a slight change from the first half. Very fluid front half here for Oakleigh. Has to be impressible with their shape, though. Just have the ability to dictate where the game is played. They're dominating the territory, if not always dominating possession. They're just able to springboard moves forward from that opportunity, and St. Albans haven't been able to cope for a lot of the time.
It was a blistering start to this second half, but as things have settled down, it's back on Oakleigh's terms at the moment. We are now past the hour mark as well at Churchill Reserve. A 1-0 lead, thanks to Matthew Thurtell in the 20th minute. Could easily argue we should have more goals on the board, maybe for both sides as well, but it's a 1-0 game. Bargerich to take the throw here for St. Albans. Down the line for Monek. Whose throws are going to be here? It's going to be Fashini's for the Oakleigh Cannons. Matthews. It's a high ball and a hard one to deal with for Knowles. Knowles just blazes away from long range. Nowhere near target. And he and Decker may have just swapped wings again, at least momentarily. No, they'll go back into their normal formation. Out to Bargerich we come. They're blazing forward a lot at the moment here. St. Albans. That ball somehow kept in initially by Zalfi Nazari. He does win the corner. Can they get something going here, St. Albans?
That move kind of took into impact, I think, with Joe Knowles not quite pushing out onto the wing, just left that space open for St. Albans to exploit down. This close wing here is Hart with the chance at the edge of the box.
Yeah, the corner was quickly taken. The shot was over the crossbar. Had he have kept it a bit lower, maybe Nick Feely would have been forced to make that save. Shot not quite on target in the end. Knowles reading it well in flight. Here's Knowles, decides to go for it himself. A good save made by Hayden Brown. Now a corner at the right of screen for Oakleigh.
Close, very close there by Joe Knowles. Really fired the shot in, but really well saved there by Brown. Close at his near post there. Oakleigh just trying to get back on the front foot here after that chance at the other end from Hart.
This won't be a short corner. Draws it toward the back post, and Matthews is the man that goes up. But the captain can't fire away any decent shot in the end. Baricevic. Jay Hart goes down right in front of Adam Bavka. It's a cheap free kick. Again, no cards are shown. No bookings in this game whatsoever. In fact, it will be a free kick for Oakleigh. So Decker. Had David Sims right behind him. Maybe a heavy challenge, and now Decker clutching at the back of his head. Free kick for Oakleigh.
Much to the dismay of the Dynamo supporters here, to our left on the hill as well as behind near the Vukovar bar there. Of course, Adam Bavkar really, I think, has been good at trying to keep the game sort of going, just sort of trying to pay advantages at all times, only paying the fouls that are really, really there, but it's made for an open game, an entertaining game, absolutely. The ball comes in.
Matthews was waiting for it out the back. It didn't quite get through to him in the end. Fashini missing that ball and opened it up for Zalfi Nazari. Baricevic. Bargaric. A high lob, somewhat easily dealt with by Aaron Williams. Knowles. Fashini. Back to Knowles. It'll be an Oakleigh throw. Aaron Williams. Thurtell. Got in front of Dib but couldn't win the ball. Here's Matthews. Long range ball for Decker is almost perfectly weighed, just a bit too heavy in the end. Almost perfect, Katie.
Almost, absolutely. Had a really good shape on the ball, but Decker just running out of space. Interesting to see, of course, the new signing, Aaron Williams, not afraid at all to run the ball, play it out, run the ball into the midfield and even forward. Gives him another option. Of course, Kubalay switching with him whenever he into that centre-back position whenever he does go forward. Another something to keep an eye on for Dynamo. But Kubalay again, linking up with Holmes. Looking to release Knowles, but he's tight on the corner here. Well cleared there, well defended at the near post. Decker as well, Sturtell lurking in the box there.
The ball had hit the corner flag and it stayed in plate. So now Guest, he's just worried out of that one by Nazari. Guest gets back in front of Nazari, wins it back for Oakleigh, out to Decker. Wade Decker, Thurtell, can he get a look at goal? Looking to set up Decker again. Sims gets in the way and concedes. No, it won't be a corner. Last touch must have come off Decker. It's a goal kick.
He's had a fantastic game today, has Sims. Has put in a lot of work going defensively as well. Just put in a ton of work down that flank. Christie will look to reset here for St. Albans. Doesn't look for Baggerich, but instead goes for Monek, who's well handled by Fashini there. Guest drifting into the centre here. Decker's on here, but it's well cut out. There's Dynamo look to spring back through the middle. Nazari has some space now. What can he make?
Hart, as we speak, trying to get around Matthews. Almost a hip and shoulder there for Matthews. Hart can't keep it alive. Just looking at the radar, Katie, maybe a light rain shower on its way. That could impact things here at Churchill Reserve. It's stayed dry throughout the duration so far. Now in the 69th minute of this game, Dib. Monek unable to pick out Hart with the header. Here's Knowles. First time ball here. Not a bad one for Joe Guest. Dib has a bit of work to do. It's taken out of play. It's going to be a throw coming up here for Oakleigh. Our first substitution of the game is coming up. Young Ho Kim is going to come on here for St. Albans. Fashini. Kibalay's ball is wasted. So Young Ho Kim is going to be the first change here, Katie.
And we'll confirm, I think he replaces, to confirm he will replace number 13, Shime Berjoya. I think he'll occupy one of those midfield spots there, will Kim. Has such a classy touch on the ball, and that's when I think it's going to be key for Dinamo for the remainder of this half. Confirmation there, number 13, Shimo Berjoya, being replaced by number 8, Jung Ho Kim.
Hayden Brown's clearance, hugging that sideline, but kept in by Nazari. St Albans throw to be taken by David Sims. And Young Ho Kim does get his first touch. Matthews. Heavy challenge there on Joe Knowles, and this will be the first booking of the game, and a yellow card received by Marko Bargaric.
Very heavy challenge there, and he looks worse for wear as a result of that. Dinamo, of course, just trying to will themselves back into this game. It's just reached a bit of a stalemate in these last few moments. Looks like Knowles will be all set to continue as he has a few words with Adam Babka in the middle of the field there. Not many changes so far, which is interesting to note. I think Oakleigh have some attacking firepower there with Pashkovsky, as well as Chris Lucas, of course, a mid-season acquisition from Altona Magic. Both sides looking to build some momentum here.
Knowles back up on his feet now inside the area. Trying to find a way around Bargaric. It's a neat little ball, Thurtell just going over his head. Bavka blows the whistle. There might have been a handball somewhere in there, but free kick nonetheless for St Albans. They've done well to keep this at just a 1-0 deficit. They are staying in it. Brown, after receiving from Young Ho Kim. This is Chris Dibb. David Sims now. We know Chris Taylor likes to hold off on his substitutions until very late. I've often done Oakleigh games in the past, Katie, where he's just not used them at all. Right now, it's the Cannons on the attack once more. Here's Knowles again. And that's going to be an easy collect in the end, coming across Hayden Brown.
Once again, Joe Knowles providing a bit of an outlet there, really getting a good shape on that cross, but nothing able there at the other end to meet it. But Matthews there to clear for Oakleigh. Need to find something here, Dinamo. Have stayed in this game very well.
This is Young Ho Kim. Zezic. Monek. Keeps it in play. Joey Monek. Tried to play in Young Ho Kim. Has it now. Couldn't pick out Hart nor Nazari on that occasion. Bargaric gives that ball up to Knowles, but he does get the throw. Wants to take it quickly. Over the top for Monek. It's cleared out by Aaron Williams. This is Thurtell, the only goal scorer in the game. Fashini. No, apologies, that's Miller. This is Wade Decker. Can't find a way past Sims. Nazari was there to apply some pressure as well. Aaron Williams can't pick out Joey Knowles on this occasion. So, goal kick. Bit of vocal coming from the crowd. Seems like Joey Knowles the target of that from some of the home fans, Katie. We're just enjoying that ourselves as Hayden Brown took his time to restart play. We'll come back to the play now. Wilkes. Just enjoying some entertainment from the crowd there, Katie.
I think they were even giving some coaching tips to Chris Taylor there, particularly with this substitution advice. But part of the fun of NPR grounds sometimes. Hey, it's just a more of an intimate sort of setting where you hear everything, but part of why we love the local game, and it's so good to have it back in 2021. Third towel almost there, but just well defended there by Dib to clear.
It's Chris Lucas warming up for Oakleigh. Tom Matthews has it as we speak. He goes to Holmes. Knowles. Working on Bargerich as he has for most of the day. Bargerich gives away to throw. So it will be that man coming across from Altona Magic who's going to come on, Chris Lucas for Oakleigh. The number 11 of Wade Decker appears to be on the fourth official's board as Fashini comes across to take this throw. St. Albans are readying a change as well. Joe Guest goes down. Referee says play on. Here's Young Ho Kim with the fresh legs out toward Nazari. It's a nice ball as well. Zelfi Nazari. Dezic. Ball intended for David Sims over the top. He's working on Wade Decker. Tyson Holmes will deal with this ball, sends it high into the sky once more. There is a change coming up for St. Albans as well. Mate Barisic is going to come on. Young Ho Kim. Joey Monek available to his left, but he does centralise the ball instead. Here's a chance, although a very wayward ball by Jay Hart, and he is very upset with himself.
He had that extra time there. Could have just had the moment to control it. But a couple of changes here. Chris Lucas and number 20, Mate Barisic, coming on for their respective sides. It will be Stefan Baricevic making way there for Mate Barisic, so we can confirm that. We'll see if it is indeed Wade Decker, as we noted on the board there just before. A like-for-like change up forward for the Oakleigh Cannons. As the verbals continue just here on the left side of screen here. Looks like they'll hold off on that change. No, Wade Decker, no, it's confirmed Wade Decker will head down the tunnel and Chris Lucas to take his place. A like-for-like change for the Cannons.
Yep, Decker just choosing to go straight into the sheds. So on comes Chris Lucas for Oakleigh. And it's Mate Barisic who's now on for St. Albans. We're still looking at 12.5 minutes of regulation here. The clearance by Nick Feely. Young Ho Kim there waiting for it. Joe Knowles wins the throw here for Oakleigh. Throw comes his way now. Bargerich for company again. Gives away to throw. There's Marco Bargerich. This is going to be an intense finish. I feel like that momentum that Oakleigh has had for so long, it's just dissipating at the moment, Katie.
It has. It's definitely picked up a few notches here. And Dinamo would be, I guess I would think I would deserve a goal at this point. I've just been able to stay in the game with a lot of effort. Dib with an important clearance there, but only gets as far as Kubalay. Third towel there.
Dib's ball for Hart. Left it behind. Matthews to clear away. Chris Lucas might just get on the end of this. He's under some immediate pressure there from David Sims. Lucas doing well, keeps it alive and does win it for Oakleigh. Then he gets put down very quickly, very cynically as well by David Sims. Adam Bafka has to come in to sort it out. It will be a free kick in the attacking third here for Oakleigh. No bookings from Adam Bafka. He's come on and had an instant influence here, Chris Lucas, and he's won the free kick for his side.
Proving a handful already in these early minutes. As Wade Decker returns to the bench with a quick word with Chris Taylor there. But it's an opportunity now for Oakleigh. Haven't been able to find that second opening, haven't quite been able to find that goal, and has kept St. Albans in the game. Kim already looking, to provide that quality in the middle of the park, playing more of an advanced role, which is interesting to note. The ball will come in a moment here.
Looks like it'll be Joe Guest or Lucas. And a nothing ball, a nothing burger out for a goal kick. We've seen a few of those today, Katie.
Yeah, unfortunately just haven't quite been able to make the most of those opportunities. Hasn't been the easiest of conditions, in fairness to both sides. But St. Albans with the restart here. Well, one in the middle of the park as it goes back and forth. Third towel on the end of it. Guest now looks for Knowles, but it's well cut out there by Jordan Wilkes, the skipper. Going the other way now, Dinamo.
It was Mate Barisic getting one of his first meaningful touches. Hart. Barisic at the back post waiting for this ball. Job not done yet. Some extra help arrives. Young Ho Kim, the other substitute, out there for St. Albans, but he loses the ball on this occasion to Tyson Holmes. Knowles. Wilkes sees it go over his head. It's been turned over in the front half here. Miller, Guest, Lucas. Back to Joe Guest, looking to set Chris Lucas up over the top. It's a neat little ball as well. Gets onto the right peg. Back post, it's Knowles waiting for it. Bargarich gets the touch on it, and it will go out for a corner.
Joe Knowles there continuing to cause a bit of a headache for the St. Albans defence lurking there. Looks like he'll be on the end of this corner. Guest lurking short, but it won't be... They won't choose the short option. He looks to go long.
The header is well missed in the end by Aaron Williams. Keep saying it, but it's hard to believe it's still 1-0 here. We've still got about 8 minutes of regulation to come. Just seems so doubtful this game will end at 1-0. It could be a late equaliser or a late finish soon. Out for a throw. This ball's intended for Lucas, but well over his head. Wilkes will easily clean this one up, although he has got some pressure coming from third towel. Has to go back to Hayden Brown. Nazari not getting the purchase he wanted off the boot there. Hart trying to play on. Mate Barisic won't be able to chase this ball down. A throw going Oakleigh's way. Are we starting to see a bit of fatigue on both sides here? A couple of just little skill errors and a bit of sloppy play. Thurtell. Can he get around Chris Dibb here? Decides to pass for Guest instead. Knowles won him off the keeper. And finally we get that second goal. Joey Knowles. To silence some of the home fans here, it is now 2-0. And some would say finally 2-0 for Oakleigh.
And that's the game, surely. Joe Knowles tucking that chance away there to the bottom corner. That's a massive, massive moment in this game and should settle things here at Churchill Reserve. Has pushed and pushed all day long. Joe Knowles has been a creative outlet for his side. Looks to be on the end of it with a big, big goal there. 2-0 to the Oakleigh Cannons here at Churchill Reserve.
Just had to finish that one, didn't he? Had to finish it, Joe Knowles. Remind some of the home fans who have been giving him a fair bit of lip of what the score is, perhaps. It is now 2-0 for Oakleigh. So it's going to be a desperate 6 or 7 minutes now for St. Albans to try and salvage something from this game. 3 points are probably now beyond them. And they would need something special to salvage one. Young Ho Kim sends a wasteful ball forward, easily collected by Nick Feely. It was such a long time coming. They were starting to slow a little bit. St. Albans started the second half so well, but Oakleigh get that second goal, and here is that goal scorer. Knowles can't do anything on this occasion. Williams Sending it forward, but it's going to be a St. Albans throw, and we're going to see some quicker play now from Dimino as they do try to get these 2 goals back. Bargerich for Young Ho Kim. Comes back to Wilkes. Nazari. Now Kim back to Dib. Looking to go long for Joey Monek here. And that ball is not going to find its way through to the St. Albans number 11.
Just about sums it up in a way, though, doesn't it, Adam? I think a lot of work, a lot of effort, a lot of passion in the performance from Dinamo today, but just haven't been able to I guess, have that quality in the final third. Haven't had that opportunity. To correct myself there, they have had the opportunities. Just hasn't been able to capture them when they have come. It just points that golfing class between the two sides, and Oakleigh just stood up when the moments have come, and that's been the ultimate difference here.
I was going to say, St. Albans haven't been clean, but to be honest, neither have Oakleigh. They've only got 2 goals to show for all of their forward forays, and it could be a few more. We are going to see another substitution here from Oakleigh. Might be Ryan Pachkowski, I think, that's being readied on the sidelines for the Cannons. Right now, it's Holmes and Knowles back to Tyson Holmes. Hayden Brown will collect that one for St. Albans. 4 minutes left of regulation. They need 2 goals to get this back to square. St. Albans. Bargerich. There's 2 balls on the field, and Bargerich tried to pass that ball through to Monek, and play's been stopped. There were 2 balls on the field, and Monek was disappointed not to get that ball coming his way. And that stops play for the time being.
Not ideal there for the home side. Looks like there will be that change now. Looks like it will be Thurtell to come off in place of Ryan Pachkowski. Looks like they'll make that change now, and that is confirmed. Thurtell, the goal scorer in the first half, in a lot of tireless work up front today, scored that all-important goal in the first half, and he will have a bit of an early end to his day today. Fantastic game from him. Pachkowski replaces him up the front to lead the line for the remainder of the game.
So play restarts. Bargerich. Nazari. Mate Barisic. Neat little touches there. Hart, his ball is blocked by Matthews. He's been excellent in defence today. Sims, his ball is blocked by Miller. Has to go back and fetch it. Sims, Matthews clears away. Mate Barisic will take the throw here for St. Albans. Dying minutes now. A 2-0 lead for Oakleigh. Thurtell and Knowles, the goal scorers. More than an hour apart. Knowles on the left side now, as he was late in the first half. Got taken down by Anthony Desic. It's going to be a free kick for Oakleigh. It's going to be a very well-earned 3 points here today for the Cannons, Katie.
Absolutely, they've had to work for it. They've had to, find a way to win, and they've just about done that here. Any victory on the road is a good one, absolutely. And I think they'll finish this weekend 5th on the NPL Victoria table as a result of this win today. Definitely important points as they look to sew up a final spot within these next few weeks.
Fashini for Lucas. Have they got a third in them here? Ball's come out wide here. Lucas, it does find the back of the net. It does. Pachkowski has come on and scored a third for the Oakleigh Cannons.
Outstanding there. His first touch of the game, and it's worked wonders there. Pachkowski sending that ball home, putting icing on the cake for Oakleigh Cannons here. It's 3-0 at Churchill Reserve. Don't let that scoreline fool you, though. It's been an absolute battle throughout a lot of this game today, and Oakleigh's class coming to the fore. Pachkowski sending that home, and it's a massive moment for Oakleigh. 3-0 here at Churchill Reserve.
That is icing on the cake for the Oakleigh Cannons. They will look to make one more change. That's a 90th minute goal for Ryan Pachkowski, only minutes after coming on. Adam Thomas will be the final substitution. It's all academic now, though. A 3-0 lead for Oakleigh. Young Ho Kim, Bargerich, 3 minutes of added time just shown by the fourth official. And here comes the rain. First little droplets falling over Churchill Reserve. Here is the final change. It's going to be Adam Thomas, who is going to come on. Tom Matthews has been so stern, not only in defence, but has been a threat in some of the set pieces up front as well, has the Oakleigh captain, and his day is over.
Yeah, he's been outstanding today. Just so smart in the way he's defended, intercepted, and of course even tried to steal a few chances as well, especially at the set pieces. But Oakleigh still not letting up here, still looking forward, trying to push their advantage, try to put some further icing on the cake here.
Selfie Nazari's gone down, not for the first time today, just a little bit proppy as he gets up now. So 2 minutes remaining in stoppage time. Don't rule out a fourth goal here for Oakleigh. They've put St Albans to the sword here in the last 10 or so minutes of this contest. And the rain now starting to fall as well. It's been a dirty old day for the home team. It's going to be an Oakleigh throw here. Just a little more than a minute remaining. Home fans starting to filter out. Not their day today. Oakleigh will move to fifth on the table, as Katie told us. Wilkes giving away the throw here. So Knowles on that right side. It's gone out for a goal kick though. It's the final minute now. Hayden Brown will send this one toward the outer side. I'd say Barisic was the target, but had a couple to beat. Miller, one of them. Young Ho Kim trying to set up hard. It goes out. Quickly taken. Nazari for Hart. Another throw. That rain getting heavier now in this final minute. This might be the last real passage of play. Dezic, Nazari, Sims, back to Dezic. Young Ho Kim. Wilkes. Adam Bavka's seen enough. He wants to get out of this rain, and so do we. But a massive win for Oakleigh. 3-0 in the end. It was 1-0 until the 84th minute, and then late goals for Joey Knowles and then Ryan Pachkowski. That was after a first half goal from Matthew Thurtell. A 3-0 win for the now fifth place Oakleigh Cannons. Katie Limbeski.
Big time players, big time experience from the Oakleigh Cannons. You get them home, get them to a massive, massive win here at Churchill Reserve. Not always pretty, not always their own way, but it rarely ever is in football, and it was such a fantastic professional performance from the Cannons, and they'll take a deserved win. But I think there's plenty to be hopeful for St Albans. I think they have that effort, they have that intensity that they bring every week, but they're just going to need to continue working at those chances in the final third, those chances going forward. But entertaining game, and it was a joy to bring it to all of you. And thank you so much to you, Adam, for stepping up today. I appreciate you coming on, and I appreciate everyone for tuning in today. Have a lovely weekend, and we'll be seeing you next week.